We Ramblin' Men? We're on! Oh my god. Hi, guys. What's up, Joe?
Not much. What's up, Rosie?
I noticed when I was coming to your abode something so funny. There is a street right near your street called Pervs Street, and directly in front of it is a nude pink sculpture of a man with his legs totally spread.
Oh, the sculpture. Yes.
Did they plan that?
That I think has been there for a very long time. I think it's one of those
Pervs Street.
I don't know if there's any correlation between the two.
Okay.
But I know that it's like bumpy looking. It looks very not amateur-esque.
Moldy.
It looks very moldy, yeah.
Not like moldy like spores. Ooh, I just spit.
Yeah.
Moldy like someone molded it and didn't smooth it.
Yes. It looks very like elementary school clay class.
It's a
like
nude
art
guy.
class.
And
Yeah.
his legs are spread. And it's right in front of a street
Yeah.
called Pervs
Or it could be a
Street.
there's no gender attached to it, actually.
Yeah,
it's
it
very
could
much
be-
like a stick figure.
Yeah.
And it's well, not to assign gender to a color, but it's like a pinkish color.
I wasn't even thinking about the pink. I was just thinking of like, I don't know. I guess
Yeah.
no boobs.
This whole area doesn't really have like art. I think
No?
I don't know, there is like a very much I live in Long Island City. Which is nice. But it feels very manufactured and very like we need to build fast. Here's
Yeah.
all this shit. Let's put all this stuff up.
Yeah.
So
It does seem like a city of itself that is continuously being built very fast.
and normally what happens when they do stuff like this, then they build really fast, and then like some commission comes in of very like upper class artsy people that don't have actual jobs, and they go, we need to commission artists to come in and put up artwork and make it feel like it's a thriving part of town. So then what they do is they commission very corporate safe artists that cause no controversy to like, oh, we brought in this these improv buskers to make it look like that's what happened in Hartford.
Oh no.
We were hired. I'm associated with a theater up in Hartford, one of the founders of it, called CT Improv. And one time we got hired to do a busking in the street because there was I think the city got like a spotlight on it briefly, and there was something in town, I can't remember, something was happening. So there's a lot of people out of town coming to visit Hartford. And so the city wanted to make it look like it was vibrant and young and safe. So they hired us to like busk in the street and do like improv shows or play guitar
God.
or like do remember flash
mobs?
mobs and
Oh,
shit
no.
like that. So a lot of stuff you see in the streets during like parades and stuff like that is commissioned and fake. It's just phony stuff put on by wealthy contributors that want to like sell their brand or sell whatever dumb shit they're doing.
Everything's the Truman Show, man. Everything.
To a certain extent.
Sucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where is authenticity?
Normally it's in when people are at their breaking point or in controversy.
Yeah.
That's what I've learned.
When they're about to break.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of the time, people are at their most authentic when the gun is pointed at their head, and then they start screaming for God, and they say they're an atheist their whole lives. And then they're like, God, help me.
That
It's
could be
"You
like a
phony."
chemical reaction. That could be like, what is it called when what is that thing that goes off in your brain when you're about to die?
Is it serotonin?
I don't think so. But it's something. Maybe that's
Yeah.
just making you act different.
Yeah.
Maybe you're judging them, Joe.
Maybe. There's like a weird ticking noise. I don't know if that's just my headphones or if that's the actual.
Maybe it's a bomb.
Could be. Maybe it's my computer.
Are you gonna see the movie Crawl about alligators on meth?
No, I never even heard of it.
Okay, so there's a thing happening right now with alligators, people are flushing their meth and it's getting into alligators. And they're being crazy, I guess. I don't know much about it.
Oh, I did see the preview for this. It's like in some sort of facility.
Well,
right? They look like they're like in some sort of power plant looking place.
The movie, I don't know if their alligators actually took the meth.
Yeah.
I was making a dumb joke, but in my mind, that would be maybe a better movie. Maybe that'll be Crawl 2.
Yeah.
Meth's Revenge.
So what happened? How did the alligators get addicted to meth?
It. Yeah. Oh, in real life.
So this is based on a true story.
No. Okay, so in real life, there has been like a PSA that's basically like, stop flushing your meth. The alligators are going crazy.
It sounds like a Florida problem because it has both alligators and alligators.
Meth. Oh, is it a big meth state?
Seems like it.
And so there's been like PSAs going around that like the animals are acting crazy because people are flushing their drugs. But then simultaneously, there's a movie coming out, or it's already come out, I can't really remember, called Crawl, about, alligators. And I have no idea what it's about beyond alligators. I'm just making a connection.
No, I've seen a preview for this because I saw a commercial for it, and it reminded me of like a mix between Deep Blue Sea and Lake Placid.
Oh, I haven't seen either, but I will take your word for it.
Deep Blue Sea is about a shark that's terrorizing some sort of underwater facility. I don't really remember if it's a ship or if they're in some sort of like biosphere or something stupid. And Lake Placid was about a big old alligator that was terrorizing a lake.
Wait, isn't Lake Placid in New York?
Yeah.
We don't have alligators in New York.
I think that's the premise of the whole thing. Of like, there's this big alligator that's in the lake.
That is funny.
Yeah.
Did you believe in the Loch Ness Monster when you were a kid?
No.
You didn't?
No.
Why?
Because it's just, there's no...
When you were like 5?
The definition of Loch Ness is that it's locked. It's landlocked. So there's no way
No,
that this
I think that's
monster,
what the lake is called.
That's what I'm saying. So Loch Ness it's a landlocked lake.
Okay.
So there's no way for a animal to get in or out of it. And so I'm supposed to believe that millions of years of evolution has happened with this big monster in this one tiny lake. There's no way. Yeah. As a kid.
Oh my god.
So it's impossible.
Oh my god.
It's just improbable.
I'm getting a picture of you as a kid and I don't like it.
I loved science. Speaking of science, I wanted to bring this up to you. Have you heard of this? There's this website I found called thispersondoesnotexist.com.
No.
Again, the website, thispersondoesnotexist.com. Wow. And it's an AI that creates fake faces.
Oh my god.
This is not a real person. It just shows you an image of like kind of a high definition image of a face.
Yeah.
And
he's so regular looking, like how could it not be true?
The expression kind of looks candid.
Yeah.
It's not like a studio look. It almost looks like a candid photograph that you would take off an iPhone or an Android or whatever. So like this child doesn't exist right here. And this is created by an AI. So every time you take a picture of yourself with these like face apps, or like there's an app right now that makes you look old. When you take a picture of that, all of that data, you're basically training the app and the algorithm to recognize face and to kind of how to draw with a lot of data of millions of faces being used. So it's able to create fake faces. And it's able to like
that one looks weird. That's like the only weird one so far.
Yeah, that one looks honestly it's weird to the point where it looks normal. So this is a picture of a woman with a hat that has some
it kind of looks like a
glitter.
leprechaun.
Yeah, but she almost looks like it's from the 70s or something.
Yeah, it's a little grainy.
But again, this is fake. None of this is real. So and it's also here's the interesting part. It doesn't like there's a white woman's face and it has kind of like she has brown hair and it knows to like put this certain ethnicity doesn't have this kind of hair, so we don't match this hair with this kind of face. Or like these kind of eyebrows match this kind of eye. And it's able to draw based on what ethnicity, what gender, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. What sex. So that's scary.
Look,
this woman doesn't exist.
Wow.
She looks like a politician. Like, it just looks
She
like
looks like a Kardashian.
or like a
A politician Kardashian.
yeah, kind of like California politician. Oh no, yeah, and some of them, some of them don't work.
This
if
one
you
is
click through enough of them,
demoned.
this
It has like
is-
two completely different eyes and I think vampire teeth.
I'm gonna save this picture.
Wait, I love her.
Yeah, so now we're seeing how the this is
Oh my
actually a
God.
great example because we're seeing how the algorithm fails.
Mm-hmm.
So the teeth are all fucked up. The teeth don't match the face.
It looks like it actually still could be a human,
Yes.
but this
Yeah.
human has issues.
She has a middle tooth, so her tooth is actually if you look at your teeth, they're symmetrical. There's nothing.
Yeah.
There's a gap in the middle. She has a middle tooth, and her eyes.
She has
one
like
eye
one
is
white
like
Marilyn
cat
Manson
eye.
eye
Yeah.
and one, average
Yeah.
eye.
So and she obviously between the cheeks and the chin, they don't line up, so there's kind of a crease. But you can see how the algorithm is trying to smooth over
Yeah.
different assets to create an image.
So why are they doing
that.
like what are they gonna do with this?
Well, this is just to show you that they it's almost like the whole Jurassic Park moment where Ian Malcolm goes, it's not, we're not asking if we, we're just, I don't know what the line is.
Wow.
He goes like, you never stop to think if you should. He
We
goes,
need a producer.
you never stop. He when he's talking to John Hammond and they're having dinner, he goes, well, yes, you can, but you never stop to think if you should. It's something like that.
Yeah.
Basically, it's like
I
we're
know the
doing
line
it.
you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know what it exactly
It's
is.
when he says the rape of the natural world. It's during that speech. But like this is kind of that thing. It's like we're just doing it to show you what the technology can do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like what why I wonder is it supposed to be a threat? Like,
No,
just so you know.
So I don't think it's that it has that intent or that maliciousness.
It's
behind
like
it.
whatever bad
Malintent.
happens from it was
Yeah.
TBT
Yeah,
or TBD. Sorry.
yeah. It's almost like nuclear energy. You split the atom. You can go two ways. You can create nuclear fuel, which can power cities and create this semi-clean energy with waste that's bad, but like very clean energy, or it can create destructive weapons on an apocalyptic scale.
Yeah.
So I feel like I don't know what the split between the road of this technology is, but it's technology doesn't have the bias. It's the people that use it.
It's weird because besides the demon face, like every face looks like everyone you see on the street every single day. Everyone
Yes.
looks so
Real.
and so like normal and boring and just like I don't know, all these guys look so fucking like I've seen them today.
And
It's weird. But it also makes sense because it's like they're using real faces. So what are they going to look like? Birds?
exactly. Well, there's a cat version of it.
Oh no,
So if you click on so like the
that
cat
seems even more
it
pointless.
doesn't seem exactly, but it's just to show you that it can. But the cat, it seems like they haven't really fine-tuned it yet because the cats look a little fucked up. Yeah, this one looks
I wanna
normal.
see. I've definitely seen that cat before.
Exactly.
Do you remember that website? I don't remember what it was called, but it was something like mycatlookslikehitler.com.
Oh, because it has the little black.
Yeah, that looked like a cat. I remember being on mycatlookslikehitler.com. We should see if that website still exists. I wonder.
My cat looks like Hitler. It's not only the little black part under the nose; it's
The head.
black kind of.
Oh my god, that
angled.
one looks
like hair. Kind of.
that one. The first two.
Yeah,
I know it's like
it's
the
very-
same one, I think, but that is literally Hitler.
Yeah, cats
Holy
that look like
shit.
Hitler.com.
Oh my god, it really does though.
How old is this website? Because it has like an old
I thought you were
layout.
gonna say, how old is Hitler now?
How old is Hitler? How's he doing in Argentina? Isn't that the theory?
That he's just chilling there?
Yeah, that he never died. He's in hideout in
I
Argentina.
haven't heard that. The last I heard from him, which is probably all fake, well, there's probably a couple real things, is that didn't he like commit suicide in a cave and he was like, I'm a vegetarian. Is any of this true?
I know about him and Ava Brown committing suicide together.
In a cave?
I think it's like in a bunker or something like that.
Okay.
While it's getting bombed, I don't know. Maybe I'm kind of dramatizing it in my brain, but
And Ava was his girlfriend, right? Or his wife?
I think his girlfriend. Yeah.
Amazing that a guy like Hitler can find love, but some really decent people can't.
Well, because it's slippery slope shit. A guy like Hitler doesn't come about overnight. It's slow. And how much of this relationship, because we think of it being love, how much of this relationship is political?
Yeah.
So maybe she has
crazy.
maybe of like a rich family or something, or she comes from, I don't know what her background is.
Loves his vision.
But the thing is, we assume it's just like love, hetero relationship.
Yeah.
Or it could just be a, like think of Trump and Melania. Like they don't seem like a loving relationship. They seem like kind of a merging of corporations.
Yeah.
She had a brand and she had a company of like, she's a model. So that's kind of like your own self-incorporated company. And then she saw an opportunity to get citizenship or whatnot, or to maybe combined with this billionaire to raise her status. And now she's imprisoned by this man in Washington, D.C.
I don't know what to say about... there's seems like two popular schools of thought in her, that she's like a victim in all this.
I don't think she is.
Or that she is like evil just like him. And
she was a birther. She perpetrated. What's the word? Perpetrated?
She perpetrated.
Perpetrated. She perpetrated the whole birther movement thing. She can leave anytime she wants. This is a free country.
Yeah, and she couldn't have any more power now.
Yeah.
So it's like a little disconcerting when people... I'm all for giving people the benefit of the doubt, but she's a birther, and so you know what she thinks, and no one made her say that, so I don't want to forgive her.
Yeah. Be best,
Not
Melania.
Now. Not
Be
now.
best. Hey, what do you think of this whole Area 51 thing?
Okay. This is the kind of thing where I should know every single thing.
Yeah, this is right up your alley. I feel like this
But
is
I
news
haven't done it yet. I haven't read about it yet. I haven't seen the podcast where the guys are like talking about it on another podcast we can't mention.
So we should explain what's going on, just in case people don't know.
Yeah, please, because I only know a little bit.
So I only know a little bit too. So we'll combine her a little bit, and hopefully we'll make a majority fraction.
Yeah.
The idea is that if enough people storm Area 51, that they can see the secrets. So I think it's like over 1 million people. So there's a Facebook event, and it hit 1.5 million attendees that say they're going to storm Area 51. I
just hope this really happens.
So I have a theory about Area 51.
Okay.
That I want to see what you think.
Go for it.
So in the 50s or the 40s or whenever it was, when Area 51 became big, when there was, they said the theory is like they have like a flying saucer and aliens and all that stuff, right? Mm-hmm. I think that came about organically. And then the government ran with it. Because they're like, oh, the people believe we're hiding aliens? Sure, that's what we're doing. So they never firmly denied it, because if they firmly deny it, then it's like, well, what are you doing in there? Oh, we're testing weapons of mass destruction. We're testing weapons of war.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So it's everyone's looking with their binoculars at Area 51 looking for spaceships. Meanwhile, they're bringing in a bunch of missiles going like, oh, no, those are just normal missiles. Let's not... Maybe it's not aliens, though. And so people are freaking out about aliens and about space. But really what's going on is they're inventing a new bioweapon that can, take a continent and make it extinct.
Oh my God! Very sadly,
because it's smart.
You're right.
If I was the person in charge of Area 51, in charge of like keeping it secret, because it is a government base, it is a military base that they do have secrets that they have to keep, just like any government has, right? They have to keep their secrets of war.
Yeah, so it's just sort of like a happy accident.
What a beautiful gift! If you're a military base that operates in the desert, that has to keep what you're doing secret. What a amazing gift it is that if everyone's saying they have aliens in there, and they're like, oh, no, we don't. And everyone's like, yes, you do. And they're focused only on aliens and space and extraterrestrial stuff. That is so preposterous. And then you're really just working on bombers. And the cool thing is, if you're working on new planes and stuff like that, people will say, "Oh my God, it's a flying saucer," and they'll be like, "No, it's not." But really, it's some sort of new stealth technology that they're using against Russia or the communists at the time, or now they're
just
using in the Middle East.
Spy equipment.
Yeah.
/ stuff to kill people. Mm-hmm. God, that's so.
It's a theory.
I hate this theory because it's probably right.
It feels like it's Occam's razor.
I hate this.
It feels like it's the most logical conclusion to like what's going on, because obviously that shit ain't real. Because there was a big thing in the 50s of like people saw spaceships and stuff like over their cities. Like, oh, we see these formations. There's extraterrestrials. There's Martians. All this stuff. But now that the technology has advanced, all of that craziness has gone away.
Yeah.
Right? So did aliens go away, or did now we have better filming technology to say like, oh no, that's not a grainy footage of a UFO. That's a high definition video of just some sort of dumb charter plane or something.
Yeah. Well, okay, so I guess I have a couple questions.
Yes.
This is my question. If they're going to storm Area 51, why are they giving them such a large notice? Like, they're not doing it until September?
So, I think it's just... whoever's running this just knows it's not actually going to happen. So they just want to run with it, run with the popularity, run with the fame as long as they can. You know,
it just seems weird to have it so far away because it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it's to keep it peaceful. So it's like, hey, we're giving you to September. We're gonna have these million people here. You should just open the doors and let us in, so we can see what the aliens. But so just because if it's secret, then it gets violent.
And the people who are going, they don't actually think they're going in to see like aliens behind glass, right? They think they're storming it for like the paperwork that just proves that things have happened.
I think both.
Oh my God. I think it would be so funny to break in and it's just very literal. Like you break in, you go into the basement and the aliens are just behind glass like in Men in Black. Or no. Yeah, Men in Black.
No, or the Independence Day.
Yeah, Independence
with the
Day.
whole release me.
Yeah.
That was the fucking coolest thing ever.
I know.
I thought that was such a cool idea to have the alien talk through the guy by him like massaging his throat.
It was very cool.
Yeah.
I am feeling the burn of not researching this more because this is okay.
So up your alley.
Yeah, and everyone is texting me about it. They're like, "Did you see? Did you see? Like, what is this?" And I really should be an expert on it by now, but I just like it's been you know how sometimes time just gets away from you. Yeah. It's been one of those summers. Yeah. Like everything has been so busy, and like honestly, just the past couple days have been a little more chill, and I'm like just getting back into reading and like seeing what the hell's happening in the world. I've just been like weddings and little trips and just like I don't know. I've just been all over the place.
That's life.
Yeah, I mean it's better that way. Less depressed, less time for thinking, but yeah. I've just been like behind on like all information. I don't even know what is going. I just don't even know what's going on.
What have you been doing? So like you've been going to a lot of weddings. You've been reading. What have you been reading?
No, I like haven't been reading.
Oh, I thought you said you haven't.
Yeah, no, I haven't. I'm like very like behind on like what the hell has happened of like what is going on in the world right now.
How cool would it be if we like were able to go
to Area 50? I mean, we can.
Like if we joined it,
we just have to RSVP.
Let's start a Kickstarter.
Let's bring the pod to Area 51.
Let's start a Kickstarter
to go there.
Where we raise, like I don't know. We'll look how much it costs, and we'll see. Because the Kickstarter, if it fails, then nobody has to pay. But if we make it, then we have to go to Area 51, okay. And we'll do an episode.
We're going to Area 51.
Well, we'll see. Can you help us go to Area 51?
I would like. As soon as I research this, I'm gonna assume that I'm going to want to go. If nothing else, it would be like going to the gathering of the Juggalos. You know, it would just be an experience to die for.
It would be like. Because I feel like no matter what happens, it will be interesting to see. Because even if nobody
it's a cultural moment.
Yeah. Even if nobody is there, then we can report back on nobody being there. Mm-hmm. We can interview people. Yeah, and maybe we can,
Make some friends.
or maybe we can storm Area 51 and see the fucking aliens.
I'm gonna bring my gun.
I wouldn't. Okay,
bring your guns. You're such a good shooter.
I am a good shooter.
Bring your gun.
I will not. Well, if we do bring a gun, it will be lawful. I don't plan on bringing a gun. That is a Second Amendment right. We can say stuff like that.
I'm gonna bring my gun.
We can say stuff like that. We are bringing your gun to Area 51, but I probably will not. I don't own a gun, but if I did, I would be an amazing shot. But I don't. Yeah, let's get us to Area 51. Let's see if we can start a Kickstarter.
Send us there.
Send us there.
The only people you can trust is us.
Here, let's make our Kickstarter video right now in the middle of our pod.
Okay.
Okay. Hi, my name is Joe Leonardo.
My name is Rosie Whalen, and we need to go
to Area 51. We are the two hosts of the Joe Rosie Experience, not to be confused with another podcast with a similar name. We talk about cool shit, and we got to see what's going on in the desert in western the United States there. We need to go to Area 51. Mm-hmm. We need to report back and tell you guys what's happening, giving an unfiltered report.
And I only have $200 in my bank account right now, so I can't buy a flight ticket unless you help us. Thank you.
And and I would rather not have to pay. So we're going to. We need your help.
Thank you.
We need your help. Please donate to the Kickstarter link below.
We love aliens.
We love aliens.
We love the truth, and we seek the truth, and we need it.
And we seek the truth, we need it, and we want to bring you along with us. So we will be reporting on the whole trip if we get to go. I assume there'll be different tiers of prizes down below. Mm-hmm. Right? Like depending on how much you donate.
Alien tentacles for the big donors.
Or like a button or a t-shirt if you donate X amount of money. Mm-hmm. But if you
seems fair.
If we're able, so we'll make it will make a thing that if you donate X amount of money and we're able to get our hands on any type of like alien technology or alien tentacle or anything, we will get you.
Yeah, we'll share it.
We'll share it with you and we'll deliver it to you.
Yeah, oh my God, we could drive it to your house. You could meet us.
We can ship it as well, which makes it a lot easier.
If you don't want to meet us.
Or if you want to meet us, sure. Yeah, we can do a thing where it's like a Skype or a Google Hangout or face to face. You can come by the studio.
Yeah, you could shake our hand. We have a studio.
We got a studio, so you can come by that. Anyways, thank you so much. We appreciate anything you can give, or just sharing this helps.
Yeah.
If you just want to share this and get the word out and help us get there, that'll be fantastic.
I feel like my life has been leading up to this moment, so if we could get there, that would be really, that'd be good.
And my life has been moving along, but I like, unexpected journeys. So, again, my name is Joe Leonardo.
Rosie Whalen.
This is the Joe Rosie Experience. Thank you so much. I think that's good. Yeah. That'll be the video for the Kickstarter.
Thanks for sticking around for that, people.
Yeah, cool. What else?
Are you going anywhere this summer? Are you going on any little trips?
My wife and I are going to San Francisco.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, this is a weird transition to talk because we just asked for a bunch of money for a trip to Area 51.
They definitely believe that I need it. They definitely believe I need it.
Yeah.
I will show you my bank account statements.
Yeah.
I'll show you.
Yeah. We're gonna take we'll take.
What are you gonna do there? Have you been there?
I've never been.
Me neither.
It was one of those things where like it's for our 1-year wedding anniversary.
Mm-hmm. You got married in the summer?
August 25th.
Oh. Happy almost anniversary.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been good. It's been a good year.
Do you have a lot of like little trips planned for when you're there? Like road trips while you're there?
Oh, definitely want to check out like Alcatraz.
Oh yeah.
Definitely want to do that.
Is that where it is?
Yeah, Alcatraz, San Francisco. Oh. It's on an island. It's a prison on an island.
Wow. Do you think they let them swim?
No, the whole reason is because they want to isolate the prison.
That would. I really like. Did you watch Orange Is the New Black?
I watched the first season and I fell off. It just felt like it was the same shit every episode.
I love the episode. Where
great show, but it just felt repetitive to me.
I love the episode where they broke out and found a lake and got to swim.
Oh, I never did.
It was so good. I was just really happy for them because I really like lakes and I really like to swim.
Yeah.
So I felt really inspired by their swim day.
Would you rather swim in a lake or in the ocean?
I don't think there's an answer to this because they're not all the same. They're like it all depends on the lake and the ocean.
Well, a lake is fresh water.
Yeah,
The
but
ocean is saltwater.
it depends what the setup is. Like there's a million lakes I would prefer more than the ocean and vice versa. You know
Oh,
what I
I
mean?
see.
Yeah.
So let's say, okay. Okay, how about this? Would you rather swim in fresh water or salt water?
It's the same. That's the same question.
Well, for
No,
me,
how about this though?
how about this? Would you rather be
swim
wet or
in
dry?
water that has sharks or water that has fish?
Smaller
Just
sharks.
fish.
So I will. The reason why I bring that up is because I love swimming in the ocean.
Yeah,
I
it's
like
fun.
the waves. I like the gyration of the water.
Yeah, I
and
like
how
when it
it's
moves
like
you. I like
it moves.
you're like floating.
I kind of like a little bit of a tide that like scares you because maybe it might suck you out. There's like a little fear in there, and I like that. I like bodyboarding,
Yeah, I do too.
but fresh. Also in saltwater, you're more buoyant.
I keep a boogie board in the city and at my parents' house. So that I
Yeah,
never have to
smart.
travel with a boogie board because it's pretty big.
Oh, that's so smart.
Mm-hmm.
I should do. I did a beach thing a couple weeks ago with a bunch of people. We should do
Yeah, I was
another
out
one.
of town. Yeah, you should.
We'll do another
you
one in
should
August.
How was it?
It was great.
Yeah.
If anything, it was rescheduled because of weather.
Oh, you didn't have it?
No, so it was on a Saturday, and I had to reschedule it to a Sunday,
Oh,
and so
okay.
there was a big drop off
Yeah.
of people. But
Yeah.
honestly, it was a nice small group, and it was great.
nice.
Which I enjoyed.
I love the feeling when it gets very wavy and you're just like you're standing but it's making you go like
love
that.
it.
That is a feeling that you don't often get in lakes. You know, they're more
feels like-
more boring.
It feels like a dirty bath to me.
No, I mean it
I
just
hate a
depends
lake.
on the lake.
And water's stagnant on a lake. Like I feel like it's.
But
like,
that's not
brown.
always true either. And a lot of lakes are clear. They're I mean, it depends what the floor is like of the lake, but I never, I mean, any body of water can feel dirty depending on what it, the conditions of it. But it's like, I like the feeling of when you get out of a lake, it's a similar feeling to getting out of the shower, whereas like when you get out of the ocean, you feel kind of sticky. I don't like the salty feeling.
I love the
hate
the
that.
way the salt feels on my skin. And honestly,
I don't
seeing
like-
waves, it's like you visually see that the water's being replenished. And there's
Yeah.
something about that. Maybe it's just it's not real, but like it just makes it,
cleaner.
yeah, it feels cleaner. But like seeing the waves, it almost feels like it's a new batch of water every time. With a lake, I just feel like I'm sitting in piss.
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but it's not.
I'm
not
sure it's
new
not
water.
true.
But I
Wait,
understand.
what's not new for the ocean?
The ocean, yeah, like when the waves.
Oh, it's new water. The ocean's pretty goddamn big.
I don't
It's
think
new water.
New water.
It's if anybody tweet at us if the ocean gives you
guess
new
if
water
the-
every
yeah,
wave.
I guess if it's a strong tide or current, then I guess it is new water.
It's got to be new water because think about when you sit in the right behind the waves, you start to like move a bit because the current,
yeah.
right? So the water is moving, so it's got to be new water coming in to replace the water that's moving.
Okay, this is what I like specifically about lake. If you go underwater, when you come up, the way your head feels is like you took a shower.
Yeah.
You go underwater at the ocean, like my eyes are killing me, and
Yeah.
like I don't know, it just is a different. The texture of the water is different. But don't get me wrong, I fucking love going to the beach, and I fucking
Yeah.
love being moved
Yeah.
by ocean.
I don't want
water.
to. I don't want to. Like make it look like there's a divide between
No.
beach
yeah.
and pond. I don't mind a pond, a lake. I don't mind it. But
Yeah, I
if
love it all.
I gotta say, a pond and a lake to me is like a 6. The ocean's we
10.
turned it up to an 11.
Oh,
I
wow.
love the ocean. One thing I don't
Cheated.
like. I will say one thing. Sometimes the ocean gets filled with seaweed.
Yeah.
Like on my honeymoon, there was a bunch of seaweed, so we couldn't swim in the ocean, which was a little bit of a letdown.
Where'd you go?
We went to Mexico, Playa del Carmen,
Oh.
in Mexico, at a resort called. Wait, what was the resort called? I don't know. Playa del Carmen, or was it the city?
Don't look at me. I was not there.
I don't know.
Weirdly enough, you didn't pack me.
I sent you guys messages.
SOSs.
Did I? Didn't I
Help
send you guys
us,
messages?
The seaweed. Okay, so I will say, just to go into a little bit of my neuroses, but you know what? I don't even think this is neurotic because they're real. like, I would be lying if I didn't admit that every time I am in ocean water, like, I am thinking about sharks. I am.
I like that. I like a little bit of fear.
I know what you mean. It does make it, like, a little more exciting to
makes it
just
exciting.
sort of be, like, weary, but it's both for me.
Yeah.
It's, like, it's exciting and it's making me weary.
There's a thing. So there's something I like to think about when I'm. So what I like to do is I like to swim right behind where the waves break. Mm-hmm. So you can kind of be a little more stationary. Mm-hmm. And I lay on my back and I kind of just float a little bit if the water's not too crazy. And then I just start thinking about stuff. And I start thinking about, first of all, we only have one ocean. This whole bullshit that there's an Atlantic, a Pacific, a Indian Ocean, a Arctic Ocean. It's one ocean. There's one mother ocean.
One ocean, one people.
It's one connect. Honestly,
One
I 100% believe it's one ocean, one people. This whole separating everybody by countries and by race and even gender, and that's all bullshit. It's one ocean, one people.
Tell your president.
So not my hashtag, not my president. Hashtag one people, one ocean, baby. So anyways,
wow.
I like to lay down in the ocean and think about how I'm connected to the other continents, how I'm in this one ocean that spans all the way to the polar bears in the North Pole, all the way to the penguins in the Antarctic, all the way to the great whites near Japan, I assume. I don't know where they are. But
wait, what are great whites? I forgot.
Great white shark.
Oh God!
So
the great whites.
Yeah.
My family, the great whites.
Wait, aren't they called the great white shark?
It just sounded like you're talking about
like
people.
white supremacy.
Oh, the great
whites. Yeah, great white shark. Oh my God, you made me lose my mind for a second. That's the whole Jaws is a great white shark. Anyways,
it is.
And one thing I like to think about. So right now, here's an interesting fact: we live with the largest animal ever to live on Earth, and that animal is the blue whale. There's never been a larger animal than the blue whale.
Started about whales.
And when I'm lying in the ocean, I think about how I am in the same body of water as these majestic, massive creatures.
No.
So.
Okay, here's the thing.
That's my speech.
I have two heads, two brains.
Yeah.
I agree with everything you just said.
Thank you.
I feel that. I do. That's part of my life. Also in water, I'm a much more calm person, so I can get to that place easier where we are one people, one earth, one ocean, whatever bullshit Joe just said. But whales have always depressed the shit out of me.
Why?
I don't know. I think it was like I went on a whale watch once as a kid, and just looking at them, I don't know. It's one of those things where, like, explaining it is just gonna... It's not gonna do anything. It's just gonna make me seem crazy. But
so what? Okay.
I just think of them floating, and like, sharks seem like they're very busy. Like, they seem like predators, or they are. And so they seem like they wake up and they're busy. Like, they got a job to do. They're, like, going to the city, 9 to 10 at night, and they're, like, working, and they're like, nah. Yeah. But whales seem like, I don't know, they just give me this weird existential depressed feeling, like what I was...
That sounds like projection on your part. First of all,
I guess, maybe.
That's your New York City brain of like, if I'm not being productive, I have no value.
Yeah, I'm sorry, whales. I mean, I'm sorry.
Whales are peaceful, kind of solace, I'd like to say. Animals that...
and the noises they make...
These beautiful bellows, and they're able to use the currents of the ocean to bounce the frequency of their noises, and they can bank shots and talk to each other.
That's how they sound, right?
Yeah. Just looking.
Yeah, play one, and then I'll see if I can get really close to that sound, because I feel like I have it in me.
You make the noise. You make the noise, and then I'll play the sound, and we'll see who's close.
Okay. Well, let me hear it first.
Well, no. So do what you assume the noise is. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Here it is.
Perfect. I'm a genius.
Well, let's. This is an 8-hour video.
Let's play the whole thing.
There you go.
You don't think that is at all cryptic
I love it.
in a sad way.
No. Honestly, you got to start like doing headspace or something to clear that mind.
Yeah, maybe.
Because there's something so peaceful and so freeing. There's no stress. There's no schedule to adhere to. There's just this open water. You have your mate. You go around. You fuck other fucking whales. You have little babies.
Tiniest eye. They have these huge bodies and these tiny little eyes.
Well, that's because the eye isn't. You're putting a lot of value on the eye. The eye is not necessary in their surroundings.
Eyes are my life. I want them. Maybe if they were covered in eyes, they wouldn't depress me.
That'd be terrifying.
That'd be cool, though. You have to admit, like if they had like 50 eyes on both sides, why don't they get more eye?
So, here's an animal that I think is actually depressing. Sea turtles.
I don't even like looking at the
sea turtles.
Oh my god, this is so fucked up. What's the difference between a sea turtle and a whale?
Well, let me explain.
Okay.
I'm glad you asked.
I did.
So,
and this better
first
impress
of all,
me.
It's going to impress you. When a sea turtle is first born, right? It's the mama sea turtle lays a bunch of eggs on a beach.
Right.
And the sea turtle
They're
comes
very
alive.
Cute. They're very cute.
But do you know, have you seen the first couple minutes, if not couple seconds of a sea turtle's birth?
Yeah.
They come to life and they have this instinct to go towards the water.
Yeah.
The reason being is because there's a bunch of fucking birds just waiting. Seagulls are literally waiting for eggs to hatch and they come in and just eat baby sea turtles.
Yeah.
So literally it's a game of numbers. The mama sea turtle has to lay a shit ton of eggs because the percentage that their babies will be eaten is so high that they need to lay more eggs so they at least have some that survive and make it to the water. That's how they start their life.
I like that.
Literally is knowing they give birth to they go through the pain of having these eggs and they know if not 80% will die instantly being born. So they make it to the water now. Now the baby sea turtle is going in. Now they have all of this life in the water right by the shallows that's trying to eat them.
Wait, can I just ask one question?
Yes.
Why don't they give birth to the turtles a little closer to the water?
Well, because then the tide will take them away or something. They have to bury it.
You're just gonna defend them.
I'm not defending them. I'm saying it's sad.
I'm just kidding. Go on.
So anyways, now you have these babies. First of all, a sea turtle's life is complete. They're completely alone. The whole almost.
They're not with
99%. No, the mom's gone. The mom's gone on her own adventures. So the sea turtle now is in the water by itself, looking for food. What does it normally adhere to? Trash. So a lot of the ocean has big floating islands of trash.
Yeah.
And so a bunch of sea turtles kind of hitch a ride on a floating island of trash. And for years.
Okay, you got me. That is
It's so fucking sad. I watched a documentary.
That is sad.
My wife, her grandmother passed away, and she was feeling
turtle.
sad. And I was like, hey, let's watch this documentary on sea turtles. And it was the saddest fucking documentary. And we're like, well, this is the worst. I thought it would be nice. And this is just about the ocean. This is about life. No, it was literally the most depressing documentary.
You meant well, though.
I meant well. It literally opened up, and I remembered. I'm like, oh, sea turtles die by seagulls. And I literally was like, oh my God, I apologize. This is going to be insane. And it was 10 minutes of just birds eating a bunch of newborn sea turtles.
Okay, so they're tiny and they're living on trash, but when they get so big, what's their life then seems very similar to whales.
But a whale has I feel like a whale has
job.
A whale has a sense of family. I feel like whales have they actually raise their young. They're mammals. Maybe I can relate to a mammal more.
Me. I hate family.
I
hate family.
Yeah. Whales, they have young. They go up and they breathe. They sleep. They have partners. There's nature and nurture with the whale. You have to kind of teach your young and all stuff. And I feel like with mammals, just being a mammal, you have to exhibit emotion and all that stuff. And I guess being a human, I relate to that. I
can't believe I'm a whale truther. Also,
you're a whale hater.
I am. And also, whales are because so my last name is whale with an N at the end. That's what it is, whalin'. And it's spelled like whale with an N.
Yeah.
And so because of that, like whales are a big part of like the family iconography. There's like a lot of whales in the house and stuff.
Well, oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe a therapist would make
Maybe
that.
you're connecting your experiences with your family and growing up with whales just because you've seen a lot of imagery of whales. So you're like, I fucking hate whales because when I think of whales, I think of how I was raised, and I think of family.
I was raised by whales. Joe was raised by wolves, which is the normal way, and I was raised by whales.
If we're going by, what is it, iconography? How do you say it?
Iconography.
Iconography. We had a lot of roosters imagery.
Oh,
of
cool.
Roosters.
I love roosters.
Portuguese people love images of fucking roosters. All my family members had like rooster hand towels and rooster curtains and shit like that. Yeah.
Is it?
I think it's a Portuguese thing.
So I have family who are Mexican, and roosters are a big part of their thing.
Oh, really?
Do you think it has anything to do with? Well, is Portuguese Hispanic? Does that have anything to do with being Hispanic?
So Google says so. Is Portuguese Hispanic? One approach defines a Hispanic or Latino, because I know Google also says Portuguese is Latino. As it traces its roots back to Spanish-speaking nations of Latin America and Spain itself, but not Portugal or Portuguese-speaking. So they've updated since. So not Portugal or Portuguese-speaking Brazil is not considered Hispanic.
What is it considered?
Portuguese? I don't know.
It's just a thing unto itself.
Yeah. Well, I guess we seceded from that.
Sorry, I know you like to be clumped. Clumped into a bigger thing, but guess you'll have to be alone.
Portuguese Brazil had to fill out census forms to call themselves $1 million question. Portuguese. I hate these fucking articles where it's just one. It has to answer one question, and it's literally like 4 pages of text to lay out what the question like. You have this one question. Well, let's ask the question again, but in paragraph form, and then you have to find the answer in it.
Well, it seems like there isn't a yes or no. Seems like isn't Armenian kind of like that too? Like every time I've ever Googled anything about Armenia, it's like no one agrees what it is.
Yeah. Well, because there's the whole Armenian genocide, so they're like that. They've been singled out as an ethnic group and then slaughtered because of it.
Right.
So that kind of like solidifies your definition that you're an other when there's another race and group of people that just want to eradicate you from the earth. There's like ticking going on, and I have no idea what it is.
Is it just in your ear?
It's in my ears, but I don't know if it's being recorded.
I don't hear ticking.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
If that helps you. That helps your mental state.
It doesn't.
Oh my god. You know, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?
I was just... Oh, okay.
That was just a one-time thing. Sorry, I banged the microphone.
Yeah. What do you think about this whole election? I've been wanting to ask you that. But I'm like, are we that kind of podcast? But I guess we're an opinion podcast. Like we just talk about what we think, and
yeah.
And I was told by multiple people. I guess we can talk about it on the next episode because we only have a couple minutes. We have a couple minutes left. But like I was told,
this will be the teaser. For
How about this? I'll end it with this conversation because I've been told by multiple people that A, we need to promote more, and B,
I've been told that too.
They're like nobody knows this exists.
And like, B, Rosie has to show her face.
That's a big note too.
And her tits.
So a big thing is Rosie hides behind the windscreen. We don't promote this whatsoever.
Just shorter. What do they want from me? And this doesn't go lower.
No, yeah. And another thing is that we should talk about like
politics,
or just not necessarily politics, but like pop culture stuff, like the alien thing.
Oh,
Area 51.
I'll talk about aliens. I don't want to talk about like Ariana Grande.
No, not pop culture in that sense. Pop culture and like what's in the zeitgeist right now.
Right, for clicks.
Exactly.
For clicks.
Because those two of those marry each other. The promote yourself and the pop culture zeitgeist thing, because they kind of like go hand in hand. I feel like we should just have a newspaper and be like, you know what grinds my gears today? That de Blasio.
All right. Do you have a specific political question, or just?
I have a question
what
about the blackout. Where were you during the blackout?
I didn't even know it was happening.
A lot of people, I don't know if people know this, but we're in New York City. Even though people who watch this are literally like Akmal and Dave Murray, and I think that's about it.
No, I have friends outside the city.
Do you want to give them a shout out?
No, I don't. But I do have friends who listen.
Okay.
I don't want them to feel pressure by a shout out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to Akmal. Shout out to Dave Murray.
Shout out to my friends Josh and Rachel. I think they're fans.
Thank you so much for listening and watching this. Please contribute to our Kickstarter.
We want to
go to Area 51.
Wait, but okay, so I didn't know the blackout was happening. Were you in it?
I was in it.
Oh, that was
not only was I
cool.
in it, I thought the world was ending.
Oh, well, I don't know anything about it. I just missed the whole thing.
A big portion of New York City basically lost power. And that portion is like Midtown, Broadway, and I think some of the Upper West Side or some shit. I don't know.
But only for a couple hours, right?
But only for a couple hours while night was about to fall.
Oh, wow.
So here's what happened is I was in Ron Herald Square. I was at the Magnet Training Center, and I got out, and I walked by the Garden, MSG, and there's no power, right? And it is apocalyptic.
Yeah.
There's people shouting, screaming, and I thought the whole city was this energy. I thought everybody in the city was just losing their minds, and there was no power. And I started texting my brother, and I was like, dude, it's fucking chaos here.
Did
like,
you
someone's
know
gonna
what was
get murdered.
happening, though?
So I knew my my wife texted me saying there's been a power out, and I was actually underground heading to the training center when one of the subway stations didn't have power, but I didn't know. I thought it was just one station. And then I got to the training center had power. Anyways, I thought the whole city was under like anarchy and like crazy, just insane looting and all this stuff. Because the Garden had a Jennifer Lopez concert happening that let out.
Oh, I did hear
so
about
I
that.
thought, I didn't know that was going on. So I thought, I just equated it that the whole city was this energy, as opposed to just this area.
So you just saw a bunch of people spilling out.
I saw people spilling out, screaming.
Oh my god!
They were in the middle of the street. Cars
funny.
were honking. There was fire trucks. There was police officers overwhelmed.
Oh my god!
And people were shouting at each other. I'm like, I thought all of New York was this.
Oh wow!
And I was like, oh my god!
So you didn't know what you're coming home to. You were like, oh shit!
I was like, this is fucking chaos. I thought it was
big dick blackout energy.
Yeah. So I started walking. No, big dick energy assumes confidence, low key confidence. This is small dick freak out.
Whatever.
Small dick freak out energy.
Yeah. Small dick.
Small dick. Everybody knew, and now you got to like show that you're a man by like waving a gun around energy.
Wow.
Like that.
Okay.
I thought it was crazy.
So you see the people spilling out of the concert, but you
well,
don't.
I didn't really see the spill out. I think it just
then
happened.
Then what happens?
So I started texting my brother. I was like, dude, I went to go to Charlie's Subs and got a sub, and got a chick in California because I was hungry.
Oh my god!
Because they had power. So I got a sub, and then I started walking uptown.
That's your last meal?
I was hungry, and I haven't had Charlie's in a while, and they were nearby, and they had power.
Fair enough.
So,
Fair enough.
If you want to sponsor us on our trip to Area 51 Charlie's.
Wait, how'd you get home?
I walked. So the subways were down, and there were people in the subway stations with just their flashlights because it was complete black.
Oh,
so I'm like, oh, dude, people are going to get murdered. Yeah, I'm like, dude, people are going to get murdered down there.
It's scary. To me, it's very scary when things are different levels and it's dark. Like, that would fuck me up.
It was
like,
terrifying.
you don't know if you're walking into where the train is. Like, you know.
Black.
And then who's going to help you up? They can't find your hand.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ugh.
Wait, so you went underground?
And so I went to just check it out.
Black.
I went to check it out, and it was black. So I went back up, and I started walking uptown, and I literally walked from the training center all the way to the 59th Street Bridge, the Queensboro Bridge, the Ed Koch Bridge, crossed that, and went to Queensboro Plaza and walked. I live in that area.
So were you walking for like hours?
Because of the chaos, it was slower than normal. So I made it. It took me like an hour and a half-ish, or a little under an hour and a half.
That's not bad.
It wasn't bad, but it was under the circumstances of.
Yeah, it's scary.
I knew. So like, I'm more Googling and stuff and reading Twitter. I was like, okay, it's not that bad. And once I got out of the Garden area, I was like, oh, this is just, it seems like people are just having a fun time recording. Everyone's talking to each other. It was chaos, but it wasn't like the chaos I thought was going on when I first saw things. I was like, oh shit, this is Grand Theft Auto in like apocalypse mode when you put on one of those cheats and everybody's just going crazy.
Did you have other options to get home? Like, could you have taken Uber or taken a bus, or was like everything down?
So first of all, taking an Uber wouldn't work because traffic lights were out. Mm-hmm. So you'd have to like get to an area that had traffic lights, or else you'll be stuck in traffic forever. It was chaos. I'm sure you can take a bus. I just walked home.
Yeah.
And I think this is so shitty on Uber. There was surge pricing.
Of course.
Because it's just like, hey, an opportunity to fuck people over.
Well, I think the algorithm just does it because it could tell that everyone was probably ordering one.
That shows you how emotionless computers are. And now they can draw faces. Wait,
but what were you going to say?
It was fucking crazy. I have nothing else more to say.
Wow.
Oh, so I made it. Once I got out of that area, it was kind of cool and chill. Mm-hmm. I had this idea. I walked by so many stations with city bikes, and now Lyft allows you to rent city bikes.
Oh,
so I messaged. I was like, "Oh shit, I'm about to just get a city bike." And literally, once I had that thought, I think like everybody in the city had that thought.
Yeah.
Literally, I saw like everybody race to city bikes, and they were gone. Even though I passed multiple city bike stations.
Yeah.
I think we all just had this like group mind.
I completely missed it. I didn't even know it happened until I think the next day.
Were you in the city?
No, I guess I was in Brooklyn.
Oh, you were in.
Wait, when did it happen?
It was on a Saturday.
Was it last Saturday? Like almost a week ago?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh yeah. I was just home. I was just like, I probably watching like YouTube videos. I had no idea.
Dave Murray texted me. He's like, play this level on Mario Maker. I'm like, dude, the city's in chaos. Because I literally was just leaving the garden. And he's like, wait, what?
He didn't know either.
I think there's a moment he didn't know.
Yeah, it's like much different when because nothing happened in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not reading. I'm sure everyone was like Facebook statusing about it, but I'm not like reading people's statuses.
Yeah.
So I had no fucking idea.
Yeah. It's so crazy because Twitter starts like, there's like a hashtag formed, obviously, New York City blackout. Mm-hmm. But then like jokes pile in, and I contributed one or two jokes. But like, that's the end of the world actually is going to happen, and Twitter's going to have a stream of just jokes.
Yeah.
People were like, here comes Russia, LOL, get your
last
vodka.
record when they find the new humanity finds our box.
When they log into that computer with like, when human race is extinct that has all the information, they'll see the last couple logs, and it will be a bunch of tweets. And it'll be something like, give Putin some vodka, LOL. Meanwhile, there's nuclear weapons headed towards each other.
It's so depressing.
And the whole world is just blown up in a big nuclear cloud, and everyone suffocates and dies.
And on that note.
Yeah, on that note, we got to end because we're at an hour.
Love ya.
Love ya, bye.
Love ya, people.